Hey there, News Explorers. I'm Newser, and welcome to News Blast, your weekly roundup of what's happening around the world. Today is March 24th, 2025, and I've got the scoop on last week's big stories, from March 16th to March 22nd. Let's dive in. First up, let's zoom around the globe. In Spain, on March 16th, a runner named Sharon Chelimo from Kenya won the women's race at the Barcelona Marathon. She was super excited, and it was a big moment for her country too. Next, over in Taiwan, things got tense last week as China flew military planes near the island. This happened all week long, and people are talking about what it means for peace in that part of the world. Then in India, on March 20th, the country officially asked to host a huge sports event called the Commonwealth Games in 2030. That's a big deal because it could bring lots of fun and visitors to India. And in Brazil, on March 19th, a rare pink dolphin was spotted swimming in a river. Scientists say it's a special sight that teaches us about nature. Now, let's hop over to the United States for some big news. Starting with the president. On March 19th, President Donald J. Trump sent out a special message for a holiday called Nowruz, which celebrates the new year for some cultures. He's been busy talking about peace too. In New Hampshire, on March 20th, a big snowstorm dropped over a foot of snow, making it tough for people to get around, but kids loved the snow day. Up north, on March 22nd, a strong storm made the sky light up with the northern lights in almost 24 states. How cool is that? Then in California, on March 20th, the US and India started planning some important trade talks for this year. Think of it like a big friendship agreement for buying and selling stuff. In immigration news, on March 21st, officials said they've been working hard to catch people breaking the rules and crossing the border. They've caught over 32,000 since January. And lastly, on March 22nd, a sad story. A former baseball player named Brett Gardner, who played his entire career for the New York Yankees, announced with his wife that they unexpectedly lost their son Miller, who was just 14. People all over are sending them love. Time to get techie. On March 18th, two big companies, Google and Nvidia, said they're teaming up to use artificial intelligence, that's like super smart computers, to solve real-world problems. Maybe they'll even help with homework one day. In space news, on March 22nd, scientists got excited because a storm on the sun made those northern lights we talked about, showing how space weather affects us here on Earth. And over in Apple land on March 22nd, people started buzzing about a new iPhone called the iPhone 17 Air. It is rumored to be coming out later this year. It's supposed to be super thin and fancy. Would you want one? Let's check in on health. On March 20th, a city in India called Pune decided to give extra food to people with a lung sickness called tuberculosis, or TB, to help them get stronger. It's a small step that could make a big difference. Then, in the US, on March 22nd, experts said fewer people might visit from other countries this year because of some travel changes, down by over 5%. That could mean fewer germs spreading, which is good for keeping everyone healthy. Sports fans, this one's for you. In college basketball, on March 20th, the North Carolina Tar Heels won big in the March Madness tournament's first 4 games, showing they're ready to keep playing. Also, on March 21st, at the Miami Open tennis tournament, some top players like Carlos Alcaraz lost their first matches, surprising everyone and giving new players a chance to shine. Then on March 22nd, Houston, Auburn, Tennessee, Arkansas, BYU, Texas Tech, Michigan, and Purdue all won in the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Their wins mean they are all moving on to the next round, called the Sweet 16. And for you kids out there, on March 16th, the March Madness bracket started, and lots of schools are cheering for their teams. Maybe your school can join the fun with a bracket challenge. Finally, let's hop in our time machine for some history from last week's dates. On March 16, 1966, astronauts launched the first spacecraft to connect with another in space. Super cool for space travel. On March 17th, 461, St. Patrick, the guy who inspired St. Patrick's Day, passed away. He's famous for teaching with shamrocks. On March 18th, 1990, a big art heist happened in Boston where thieves took paintings worth millions. Detectives are still trying to solve it. Happy birthday on March 18th to Queen Latifah. Born in 1970, she's a rapper and actress who's in tons of movies. On March 20th, 1852, a famous book called Uncle Tom's Cabin came out, helping people think about fairness. And on March 22nd, 1931, William Shatner was born. He played Captain Kirk in Star Trek and loves exploring space on TV. That's it for this edition of News Blast. We'll see you next time. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel to stay all caught up on the news. This is Newser, signing off. Stay curious, everyone.